We are so back, boys. We are so back. UFC 324, Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Full card breakdown is about to commence. You know how I do it around here. Main event, we're going to go from the very first to the very last. It is absolutely stacked. Let's go, boy Arnold. Umar, Davis and Figueiredo. The card is just, it's an incredible card. And I'm really looking forward to this one, boys. But before we get into it, the road to 5,000 subscribers has begun. If you have not subscribed, if it's the first time, like, subscribe. We're trying to get to 5k, boys. Anyone that's been here from the start, thank you. The channel's popular at the moment, so I'm absolutely loving this, and I'm going to keep doing this. I'm not going to fucking stop. I guarantee you that. But enough of the fucking messing about. Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje in your main event of the evening. I'm going Justin Gaethje. And I've thought long and hard about this fight. And I've really thought the ways that Paddy Pimblett can win and the ways Justin Gaethje can win. Pimblett and Gaethje have both opposite ends of each other's strengths and weaknesses. Obviously, Paddy's very good on the ground, mid-striking. Gaethje's very good on the feet, very mid on the ground. So that's where I'm kind of leaning towards Gaethje. I'm like, I don't know if Paddy Pimblett has it in him to get Justin Gaethje down. Like, I really don't. I don't see Paddy Pimblett going in there, blasting a double leg, getting Gaethje to the ground, or blasting a single and then taking his back. And then the only way I see Pimblett getting him down is kind of like the way Oliveira did. Either you get him down with your hands, which I don't think Paddy Pimblett has the power for that. Maybe a knee up the middle, maybe something like that might occur, but apart from that, I think Paddy Pimblett's striking's fucking mid. I think Paddy Pimblett's striking's mid as fuck. Definitely was using the jab a lot better against Michael Chandler. Massive improvement there from Paddy Pimblett. But you look at the Jared Gordon fight, you look at even the Tony Ferguson fight, bro. He just wasn't on with the striking. Jared Gordon was landing vicious hooks. Now that is over 3 years ago. Like, he's gotten much, much better. But I haven't necessarily seen Gaethje slow down. And now, hold on, hear me out here. He just beat Rafael Fiziev, who's known as one of the best strikers in the lightweight division, or was anyway. When Justin Gaethje fought Rafael Fiziev the very first time, Fiziev was known as the best striker in the division. That's kind of, or him and Poirier were up there. Justin Gaethje went in there and used his jab to win the third round. And that was what won him the fight. It was insane, bro. And Justin Gaethje is very good takedown defense when you get him down. If Pimblett gets him down, it's over. That's how I kind of look at this fight. If Paddy Pimblett's able to get Justin Gaethje down, I think this fight is over. I think this fight is wraps. I think Gaethje's a fish out of water when he gets on the ground. I don't think he's good on the ground at all. But I think getting him there is extremely hard. And I think the more I look at Justin Gaethje's fights, the more I'm confident that Paddy Pimblett's going to get chinned. If I'm being honest with you, I see a lot of people, are just thinking Pimblett's going to go in there and smack him. This is a nice fight to get ready for the Elite Poirier fight. I don't see it that way. I think Justin Gaethje's going to fuck Paddy Pimblett up, to be honest with you. I think Gaethje's striking's criminally underrated. Let's not forget, the last 3 people he's beaten, Rafael Fiziev twice and Dustin Poirier, are some of the best strikers in lightweight. You know what I mean? He knocked out Poirier. He beat Fiziev in his own game twice. Do you honestly sit there and think Paddy Pimblett has the wrestling to get Justin Gaethje down? No. Your best bet, if you're a Paddy Pimblett fan, of him getting it to the ground without a knockdown, is using the cage. That's going to be Paddy Pimblett's friend in this fight, bro. It's him using that cage, him being able to work his way, maybe to get to Gaethje's back, maybe to get a trip up against the cage. That is going to be Justin Gaethje's, or Paddy Pimblett, sorry, his way of winning. I don't see... Pimblett definitely looked a lot better with the jab in the Michael Chandler fight, but I think Michael Chandler fucking sucks, bro. Any Michael Chandler hate is fine by me. Michael Chandler absolutely sucks, bro. He's a terrible fighter. He's not a good fighter. And for me, I've seen enough in Justin Gaethje's striking. I've seen enough in Gaethje's striking throughout the years to where I'm confident. And let's not forget these leg kicks, bro. Nobody's talking about the leg kicks. Nobody. And it blows my mind that nobody's talking about those leg kicks. Listen, guys, I'm going with Justin Gaethje here. I think Justin Gaethje's striking is going to be too much. I haven't seen rapid improvements from Paddy Pimblett by beating Michael Chandler. And before anyone says, oh, well, Gaethje couldn't do it. Gaethje fought him 4 years ago. Chandler just came off nearly beating Charles Oliveira for the belt, okay? Pimblett got him when he was at the end of his career. Okay, he was coming off a loss to Oliveira as well. So, yeah, I just think Justin Gaethje's striking is too much. I think Justin Gaethje's kicks are going to be too much. Paddy can definitely win. If I was to bet, I could see Paddy maybe getting like a flurry and scrambling in that way, getting on top. Maybe Pimlet, maybe they just kind of get like an awkward striking exchange. Paddy gets like an overhook or sorry, an underhook, whichever. Gets a hold of him in a certain way and is able to get it to the ground then. Maybe knee up the middle when Justin throws one of those massive overhands and kind of ducks under like here. Maybe then. That's what I thought Fiziev was going to get him in. Gaethje, you know how he's like this and he'll throw like an overhand. Then he's leaving like this side of his face completely open. Maybe Pimlet's able to throw a knee down the middle and catch Gaethje with that. Either that puts him out cold or Pimlet's able to jump on him, wrap it up, fight is finished. He could get it done via ground and pound as well. But listen, boys, I'm going with Justin Gaethje via 4th round TKO. I'm actually going to pick him to standing TKO Pimlet. I don't think Pimlet's going to get chinned, but yeah, I'm not betting on you if you've just beaten Michael Chandler. I'm betting on you if you've knocked out Dustin Poirier. I know he had a shit performance against Max Holloway, but I'm telling you, boys, no one's beating Holloway apart from Poirier in the striking. It's not even close. Holloway is so fucking good. It's not even fair, but I'm going with Rufus. I'm going with Rufus over here. The sickest show. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. I'm going to be picking Sugar. I'm going to be picking Sugar Sean O'Malley. I never really had any doubt about O'Malley in this fight. I always thought O'Malley was a safe pick. I always thought Song Yadong was quite limited. I always thought O'Malley was going to get this one done. His range is going to be way too much for Song Yadong. And I think Song Yadong has got good offensive striking. I think Song Yadong is defensively quite sound. I think Sean's counters are going to be his biggest game plan. Plus, we don't have Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison on this card, which is a little bit shit. But, you know, this is still O'Malley co-main event with Song Yadong. I'm not complaining 1%. I think this is a great fight. I think O'Malley's counters, O'Malley's range is going to be what's going to be able to get him done in this fight. Very interesting to see if Song Yadong has success with the wrestling, because a few jabs from O'Malley, a few teep kicks and a few low kicks are going to make Song Yadong question if he wants to stand in there with Sean. I don't think he wants to stand in there with Sean at all, to be honest with you. I do think. Let me put my phone down, because I remember someone gave out in the comments about that last time. I think Sean's grappling's good enough. Like, you lose to Merab. Merab's the best bantamweight wrestler of all time. You know, he had success against Peter Yan with the wrestling as regards getting back up to his feet. I'm pretty sure he actually shot a takedown on Yan at some point, if I'm not mistaken. Aljamain Sterling couldn't get him down, which Aljo back in the day was one of the best grapplers in the world at the time. So I don't think Song Yadong has the striking to really cause problems. But I wouldn't even say that's my biggest worry. It's the fact that I'm confident enough in O'Malley's wrestling. Let's not forget, O'Malley went through 2 training camps from Arab. He's going into a training camp, you know, ready for Song Yadong, because he knows Song Yadong is going to go in there and grapple. So this is the fourth fight in a row. Not 4th fight in a row, sorry. 4th fight where he's got. I fought Cheeto, and Cheeto was obviously a striker. If you're Sterling, Merab twice, and Song Yadong, they're 4 wrestling camps. You're going to improve your wrestling throughout that. And Yan wrestled. Do you know what I mean? Turn Yan into a fucking wrestler. I know Yan is, you know, he'd absolutely smack O'Malley now, and I don't think it would be close. And I think Yan won the first fight, but that doesn't take away the fact that Peter Yan was using wrestling in their fight. It doesn't take away that fact at all. Song Yadong gets he just slips up against the top guys, I think. He slips up against the Peter Yans, he slips up against the Corey Sandhagens. He just doesn't hold up against these top guys. And for Sean O'Malley, he's got the wins against Yan. Even if you didn't think he won, it was an extremely close fight, okay? And I know Song Yadong had a close fight, took the first round off Yan, which isn't surprising at all. Anyone walking the planet, every MMA fan is worried. 3-round Yan. 3-round Yan. 3-round Yan is not good, bro. It's not good at all. He needs time to adjust and figure his opponent out. I don't like saying that downloading his data shit. I think that's gay. But Peter Yan is a beast. Peter Yan's so good. You know, Song couldn't beat him, and that was like the best time to beat Yan was against when he fought Song Yadong, because he was coming off the Aljo loss, O'Malley, and then Merab. His confidence was at all-time low. You took the first round as well, and yeah, you fumbled that bad, Song. You fumbled that so bad. But for O'Malley, just keep our range in this fight. Sugar's range is one of the best. If Sugar's range is the best in bantamweight at the moment, I think O'Malley's underrated. Just because you only have lost to Merab does not make you a bad fighter. Does not make you overrated. Do I think O'Malley was ever going to just go on a mad tear and beat everybody in the division. I don't think so. Sean's talking about retirement in this fight, which does worry me a little bit. It does worry me. It does worry me a little bit because I think if you're talking about retirement and you're going into a fight that's literally going to determine, because let's make no mistake about this, if Sean O'Malley cannot beat Song Yadong, he has no business being in the UFC. And I know that might sound like crazy and harsh to a lot of people, but you have to remember the star that we're dealing with, the star value that Sean O'Malley's bringing. He brings that Nelk, he brings that fucking 6'9", he brings that massive social media presence with him into the cage. And if you can't beat Song Yadong, you know, you're kind of just, you're finished. Because I don't want to see O'Malley opening up a main card anymore. He's past that. He had the belt. He defended the title. We need Sean O'Malley in these massive fights. And let's be honest with you here. Let's be honest, boys. If Sean O'Malley beats Song Yadong, he's going to fight Peter Yan. That's just going to happen. They're not going to give Merab Dvalishvili a rematch. They're not going to give it to the winner of Umar versus Figgy. They're not going to do any of that. They want that high level, high anticipation, high value rematch that Sean O'Malley's going to bring against Peter Yan, considering how good of a fight it was the first time, considering the name value that Sean O'Malley brings into the cage every single time. He's going to, you know, that's going to happen. It's going to happen, boys. It's going to happen. But my official prediction is Sean O'Malley via decision. I don't think Sean's going to finish from Song Yadong. It's extremely hard to finish. And, you know, Song Yadong looked good against Henry Cejudo, boys. Let's not forget Song Yadong's no joke. This isn't a easy fight at all. This is a fucking tough matchup, boys. Song Yadong is not easy at all. I'm confident in O'Malley. I'm confident in the Sugar Show, so we're going Sean O'Malley on that one. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis has never looked in better shape. I saw him on Instagram. It's actually insane. I'm going to pick Waldo Cortez Acosta, but I have said that Derek Lewis, this is the most Derek Lewis fight to win ever. This is the most Derek Lewis fight to win ever. Waldo Cortez Acosta is the new guy around the block. He's got the hands. He's got the flashy KOs. He's active. He's talking shit to Tom Aspinall. He's better than Derek Lewis, more athletic. Doesn't hit as hard, but he's got way more ways to win. So it makes complete sense that Derek chins him in the first exchange. It makes sense. I'm not picking Derek Lewis. I just don't think I can ever pick Derek Lewis in a fight ever again. I never bet on people, especially since I saw him against Cyril Gane. I waited up all fucking night to watch Derek Lewis throw 5 significant strikes and hope that he catches Gane on the way in. Waldo Cortez Acosta is way better. Waldo Cortez Acosta is way better. Much more power, much more fluid with his strikes. He coming off a good first round knockout in Qatar. I was watching that live. He's a beast, bro. He's an absolute fucking beast. I really like the dude's speed. I think he's classy. He continued on that eye poke, which was interesting. It wasn't nearly as bad as Tom Aspinall's, of course, if he can come back in there and fight like a month later. Let's not forget Waldo Cortez Acosta did fight in Qatar on like a week's notice, maybe 2 weeks notice. That's the good thing about being a heavyweight, is you don't have to worry about the weight. You can kind of just jump in there. As long as you're kind of just like running and staying fit and kind of in the gym, you're able to compete as a heavyweight pretty much every single month. Let's be honest, you kind of are. Especially if you're Derek Lewis. But this is an interesting one. It looks like, it's quite hard to say, but maybe Cyril Gane versus Alex Pereira is going to be for the interim title. We don't really know what way that is looking at the moment. That would be a fucking sick fight. I think Cyril Gane should have to fight again, if I'm being honest. You can't just illegally eye poke someone and then expect to be rewarded with it again with another title shot. So I think Cyril Gane should have to fight Alex Pereira, if I'm being honest with you. He wasn't exactly dominating the fight either. But I'm going to go with Waldo Cortez Acosta on this one. Derek Lewis is old. He's fat. He's just slow as fuck. Derek Lewis has never really been good. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest here. Derek Lewis is always fat, slow, and just kind of hope for a big meaty right hand to land on his opponent's jaw. And that was the only thing Derek Lewis ever did, apart from those funny memes. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them. The one where Derek Lewis just fucking just gets up. Like, he just stands up and just says, all right, I'm done wrestling. He just stands up. That's kind of like how every MMA fan thinks. What every non-MMA fan thinks should happen. Oh, well, let's just stand up. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work like that. Unfortunately. But I'm going to go Waldo Cortez Acosta. I think he's good. I think he's got the swaz. I think he's going to get that one. Natalia Silva versus Rosa Namajunas. I'm the best! I'm the best! I'm the best! That was the cringiest fucking shit I've ever seen. Listen, another women's flyweight bout that no one cares about. This is going to be a nice one if you want to go get like a Mackey's, or this is the good one to place your Uber Eats deliver during that time during that time frame, so you don't have to watch this fight. I'm going to go with Natalia Silva. Again, I don't really care about this fight. I just don't find women's MMA entertaining. I'm sorry, it's boring. I don't care. It's fucking sucks. There's rarely any good women's MMA fights, and even when they are good, they're just not that good. So I'm gonna go with Natalia Silva on this one. Harris versus Nunes would have been a banger. It would have been an absolute banger, but this is kind of dead. Rose Namajunas. I think what finished me with women's MMA before was her versus Carla Esparza. And then I saw Zhang Weili versus Valentina Shevchenko, and I completely gave up on women's MMA. It's fucking shit. But on to my main event of the evening. Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen. This is the biggest banger on the card. This is a fucking scrap. I cannot wait for this fight. I'm so excited for this fight. I'm going with AAA. Arnold Almighty Allen. Very, very close. Gene Silva's a fucking dog. He's going to be barking at him. He's going to be moving forward. And I won't lie, when I uploaded that video with me and my friend talking about Arnold versus Gene Silva, I was worried. I was worried, bro. I was worried. I was worried that, you know, fucking Gene Silva would just be fucking too much for him. I thought he might have the doing of him. I thought he might be just too slick. But I'm going to go with AAA on this one. Like, he is one of my favorite fighters. Now, there's a few reasons they're going to pick with him. I think Diego Lopez has an unbelievable chin, but I also think Diego Lopez is extremely, extremely stationary. Gene Silva is probably the best in-pocket boxer in featherweight. Maybe even in the fucking UFC, dude. The dude is an absolute beast when he gets in the pocket. I trust in Arnold's ability to stay away from range. Even Holloway had a decent time, but Holloway's much more of a range fighter. Gene Silva's much more of an in-pocket. I'm going to go in there and slice and dice. That's kind of what I say. Slice, go in there, get the job done. He couldn't find it with Diego Lopez. He was landing bombs. I know Gene Silva's a dog. He's going to bark in his face and things like that. But I think Arnold has the best movement in featherweight. I think he's got the best movement in featherweight, bro. I think he's got the best movement. I think he's going to be able to stay on the outside. He doesn't even have circular moments. He reminds me a bit of Dominic Cruz. I can see Gene Silva being frustrated. I can see Gene Silva being frustrated kind of with Arnold on the outside. And then that leaves opportunity for Arnold to counter. And I feel like hooks to the body are going to be extremely important from Arnold. He used them extremely well against Movzar. He's going to have to be careful doing them, because if Gene Silva gets a whiff of that chin up in the air, let's say Arnold's bounced around it, comes in with a body, leaving that completely free. That's when I think Gene Silva might be a very, very dangerous opponent for the AAA. But I'm trusting in Arnold. Gene Silva is definitely one of the biggest dogs in the sport. Fuck, he's good, bro. He's good. And, you know, if it was nearly any other featherweight on the planet, maybe Gene Silva would have chinned them if it wasn't for Diego Lopez. Maybe. But it does make you wonder, is Gene Silva's power all that? No, I think Diego Lopez has a ferocious fucking chin. I think Lopez is fucking unbelievable. But I don't think I could take Arnold getting knocked out. Like, that would fucking hurt, man. That would break my heart. That would be up there with the Holloway one, bro. That would hurt. But I feel like the counters are going to be a massive one for both of them. Gene Silva's obviously interesting to see if Gene Silva grapples. Maybe Gene Silva's going to fake some takedowns. I can see Gene Silva throwing up some takedowns in this fight. I can see Gene Silva getting in Arnold's head. Arnold has bulletproof takedown defense. Just go watch the Movzar fight. He had zero control. Arnold was able to get up all the takedowns. It was an absolute disgrace the judges gave him that fight. Complete robbery. Damage is forgotten when it comes to Dagestani undefeated wrestlers. It's bullshit. But, you know, is what it is. For Gene Silva, it would be good to get in some takedowns. But I don't think it's necessary. to get the job done on Gene Silva's end. I think it's going to benefit him in every way. I think Gene Silva should absolutely fucking get some takedowns in there. Why not? Why not chuck in a takedown if you're Gene Silva? I trust in Arnold's ability. All it's going to do is confuse him to say, oh fuck, like this might be coming next. Who knows? He did submit Bryce Mitchell. Let's not forget that. I don't necessarily think Arnold is a wizard on the ground. Maybe he is. We just never see him there. We never see him there. So it's that unknown water that I like about Arnold coming into this fight. But I'm going to pick Arnold Allen. Am I confident? Absolutely not. Absolutely not am I confident in Arnold Allen going into this fight. It's 51-49 for me. I would not be surprised 1% if Gene Silva is able to get this one done, because it is such a good scrap. And listen, if Gene Silva knocks out my boy, that would be one of the most painful losses that I have witnessed in history, bro. That shit would break my fucking heart. I'd be so upset. But I'm going with Gene Silva, or Arnold Allen. Fuck Gene Silva. I'm going with Arnold Allen. Fuck Gene Silva. Let's get this one done, Arnold. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Deiveson Figueiredo. After that, the kind of card, as we can kind of see, slowly deteriorates a little bit. You know, the Alex Perez, Charles Johnson, Michael Johnson. Still very good, though. But obviously, the fact that this is on a prelim, I don't know what the fucking story. I don't want to look at Rose Namajunas' fucking thing. I don't know what the fucking story is with that. Stop trying to be different, UFC. Stop trying to fit in. Put Umar Nurmagomedov on the main card. What the fuck are you doing? Stop trying to fit in. Jesus, but is what it is. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Deiveson Figueiredo. I'm going to be picking Umar in this fight. I think Umar is way better than Figueiredo on the feet, boys. I think this isn't even close, if we're being honest with you, when it comes to the feet. I think Umar is going to be able to stand there, pick him up at range. Figueiredo's no joke, but Figueiredo's done his work at bantamweight. Quite, say poorly, but he gets smacked up by Peter Yan. You do have success against like the Rob Fonts and Chito Veras and stuff like that, Cody Garbrandt, but these are real like 6, 7, and 8. That's kind of where those boys were. I know Rob Font was one victory away from a title shot when he fought Jose Aldo, I was so big into Rob Font back then. Oh my god, Rob Font's jab was to be studied, bro. But I think Umar Nurmagomedov, a little bit too sharp on the feet, a little bit too slick, a little bit too, I'm going to pick you at range and I'm going to be able to find when I get in there. Now, Umar didn't exactly look great against Batista at all. Okay, he didn't look great at all. It's good to see Umar active. I really didn't think I'd see, we usually see Umar like every 6 months, but, he fought back in October 3 months ago, so it's very good to see Umar back in there quick. Figueiredo, a bit too stationary. Hits hard, good jiu-jitsu. Don't really see Umar shooting takedowns. I know Batista nearly got Umar, not out of there, but he hurt Umar bad. Apart from that, Umar's range is going to be way too much for Figueiredo. Way too much. And as soon as Umar starts plotting, as soon as Umar starts landing on his fucking... As soon as Umar starts just landing, he kind of does his back and forth bouncy movement, gets into the range. I don't think Deiveson Figueiredo is going to have much success. I want you to let me know if anybody thinks that Umar Nurmagomedov is going to get the title shot over Peter Yan. Is that something that you guys think could even happen? Is that something that's gonna... Does that even enter your mind that Umar might get it over... Sorry, what the fuck am I on about? Against Peter Yan over Sean O'Malley if he wins. If Umar wins and Merab isn't good to go, they're not going to give Song Yadong a rematch. That's definitely not going to happen. They're going to give it to Umar. So the winner of this is probably next in line if Sean O'Malley doesn't get it done against Song Yadong, which I think he will. Bantamweight is absolutely stacked to the brim. Now we have one of the best. Now that we have such a good champion in Peter Yan, it's just it makes me so happy knowing that Peter Yan is champion. We can get things moving because Peter Yan's gonna be. I could even cry, boys. I could cry knowing Yan has the belt and life is just that good, that fucking good. But we're here for this. I think Umar is going to be too much at range. Figueiredo is going to struggle to get inside. Would be very interesting to see Figueiredo. You know how Figueiredo kind of goes like this? Would be very interesting to see him counter when Umar comes in. Maybe chucks a check left hook in there. Maybe throws a straight right hand when Umar's lunging in. That could be beneficial. I actually think Umar, I don't know if I said it earlier in this day, wouldn't grapple, but I definitely think Umar actually will grapple the more I think about it in, literally just right now. I think Umar's going to grapple. Figueiredo's good on the ground. Do I think he's going to be able to catch Umar in something? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think he's going to be able to get Umar in anything, if I'm being honest with you. That's kind of where I see Umar starting to take over. When you see Umar and Nurmagomedov start to take over the grappling, I wouldn't even say that's Figueiredo's strong point. I think Umar is one of the best strikers in bantamweight. Like, the dude is so fucking good. Let's not forget, if he had 5 more minutes of cardio against Merab, he would have beat him, okay? He would have absolutely beat him. But only Jan has 25 minutes of cardio, okay? Only Peter Yan can go 25 minutes from Merab. You hear that, Umar? You're getting fucked up by Yan. Fucked up bad. Peter Yan is beating the shit out of Umar Nurmagomedov, and I'm just so here for it. I'm so here to see a Dagestani get fucking slapped up bad. And listen, Deiveson Figueiredo's been a good champion. He's been a good fighter, but he's not on Nurmagomedov level. The only person I can genuinely think that I think is on Umar's level is Peter Yan. That's the only guy I think. Obviously Merab as well, of course. They're the only two that I sit there and say, okay, you two are on Umar's level. Apart from that, the rest of the bantamweight division is behind. Sean O'Malley sure as fuck ain't going to beat Umar. And the rest of them are, your Song Yadong ain't going to beat Umar either. But I'm going to go Umar Nurmagomedov via decision. There's some good parlays in there. So I'd probably go Umar decision. Arnold Allen decision. Gene Silva KO is up there though. Waldo Cortez Acosta KO. Sean O'Malley decision. Justin Gaethje TKO decision. Or Justin Gaethje just to win. You could even do Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen not to go the distance. That could be a good one. But yeah. Next up we have Gatar versus Andrei Pulayev. I'm gonna go with TB Gatarov in this one. I don't know much about Andrei Pulayev. I won't even lie. So I've seen a good bit of a Tibaz fights, so I'm gonna go with him via decision on that one. This is kind of the point where I do the rapid fire predictions. Obviously, the early prelims is quite good. I'm gonna talk about a few of them, but Kroylev, I'm gonna go Kroylov on this one. I don't really know much about the guys fighting either, to be honest with you. Mosvat Bukasia, I'm gonna go Kroylov in this one. Experience wins everything. Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. Alex Perez, I'm going to go with Charles Johnson on this one. I'm going to go with Charles Johnson. I think Charles Johnson a little bit sicker on the feet. Alex Perez just always fucking slips up against the kind of top dogs. A bit like a Song Yadong of the division. And yeah, I feel like Charles Johnson's just that a little bit better. Charles Johnson's kind of one of those OG fighters. Like, I have a lot of love for Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson's kind of like an OG fighter of the sport. He's kind of like a hardcore kind of fan fighter. So yeah, I'm going to go with Charles Johnson on this one. Flyweight's kind of weird though. It's going to be like, I don't know what Joshua Van is doing. Parading around with that fake belt. Acting like he actually beat Pantoja. It's a bit weird, but, let's move on. Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. I don't even know what Michael Johnson, to be honest with you. He could get fucking decimated or decimate this guy. I like Alexander Hernandez. He kind of flopped when he lost to Cowboy, to be honest with you. But Michael Johnson's so just inconsistent, so inconsistently bad, so inconsistently good. Just Michael Johnson is just a heartbreaker. Like, any MMA fan that's watched the sport for so long knows that Michael Johnson had it all. He just had it all. Didn't put it together. We all saw that, footage of him sparring Usman. And at the time of Usman's reign, that was like the closest thing we had to anybody beating Usman. And, he knocked out Dustin Poirier, beat Tony Ferguson, nearly knocked out Khabib. Like, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, bro. But you know what? This is no, I'm not going to go with Michael Johnson, actually. This is a Michael Johnson fight to lose. Going to go with Alexander Hernandez via first round submission, to be honest with you. I just feel like it's a fight for him to lose. Denzel Friesman versus Josh. I'm going to go with Denzel Friesman on that one. This is a good fight. I saw this fight. Ricky, I fucking saw you won the Ultimate Fighter, man. It's weird. And then we have Cameron Smotherman, but watching since the regional scene. I'm going to go with Smotherman on this one. I always call him Smoothman. I know his name is Smotherman, but Smoothman is just way cooler. Ricky Turiski, or Turishos, I forget how to say your second name, to be honest with you, but I watched you on the Ultimate Fighter, boss. You were pretty entertaining. I remember you had like a moment with your family, which made me kind of sad. But apart from that, it was kind of cool. I'm gonna go Cameron Smotherman. I feel like Cameron Smotherman's quite good in the feet. He's elusive. He's flows well. He's just able to move on the feet. So I think Cameron Smotherman's gonna be comfortable enough. You know, Ricky Taricius, I'm gonna say. Brian Battle. Brian Battle. The Butcher was so slick with it on the feet. I remember when in there in France, I put it on one of the best boxing displays I think I've ever seen. It was ridiculous. And yeah, I'm gonna go Cameron Smotherman on that one. And in this one, I'm gonna go Adam Fugic. I'm gonna go on that one. But boys, it is so good to be back. Oh fuck, my apologies. I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked to have the UFC back. I just can't wait for this fight. I just can't wait to talk about it afterwards. I just can't wait to see the discussions. Can't wait to see all the big MMA YouTubers make videos on it. It's going to be generational, boys. So like, subscribe, all that good shit, and thanks for watching.